Is currently, as you can see, 3:43 p.m. and this is documentation of what is psychological torture. This is demonic activity. This is what the demons, these are demons that are literally engaged in what is the satanic practice of monitoring. People who are demon possessed are monitoring me. This is criminal conduct by the state. The state is engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. I'm documenting the demon possessed population, who are the people of the state, at the specific environment, Woodside Senior Apartments. You already know that this is the demonic environment where the fake sun rises and sets at the same location in alignment to me, and where engineered light, that which is not sunlight, that which is present even in the dark, is where the demon possessed are maintaining presence around you. You're not living in a private space in your apartment. You're gang stalking at a facilitating venue. And that's what's ongoing. So that's all the context, okay, to put it succinctly. The entity is monitoring what you see on my phone. I'm processing podcasts, which I will be publishing to the internet. Every move that I make as I select the screen, for example, the demon that's in apartment number 55 is a chief means, and why? Because this is an apartment complex. And in the apartment complex, the demon above is literally stalking my presence. Let me turn on the camera. You can see stalking my presence. So where I'm located in the apartment is where the demon possessed person, a third party, not living in a private space, not protected under the Constitution, is going to a mental asylum. You've all seen her. This is the aged, elderly, demon possessed person who is highly energetic. The demon doesn't sleep. The demon doesn't go to a bedroom. She stays in a very small apartment directly above. The living room is literally from here to here. All she does is walk around in a circle, and that's amplified in volume, as though this demon is like Hercules and it's cracking and booming inside. This is what I documented for over 2 hours yesterday, where then Tracy Banks walks in and engineered light appears on the closet wall while the Ontario police are flying in circles over the apartment. This is ongoing psychological torture that the people of the state, the demon possessed, this is the state of California that's engaging in psychological torture. This is the unabated program of psychological torture, which is in the spirit. Demons are monitoring you. Monitoring your movement, monitoring your communication device usage, monitoring what you're doing on the internet. And they're also monitoring because the demons are literally fearful of what it is that I do. They're fearful of what it is that I might dream about. They're fearful of any ideas that I may come up with regard to prosecuting them. And this is in the spiritual. This is Satan that is literally fearful of what it is that I'm doing, which is exposing him. Okay. Now, getting back to the criminalization of this demonic system, this is engineer light. This is the same exact light. Since I have it, let's just go ahead and look at it. This is the same exact light activity you see during the day when the fake sun is out shining, okay? This has nothing to do with sunlight, which you already know. So you're looking at what is a specific environment. This is giving you context regarding what is a demonic system. The demonic system has nothing to do with the natural environment. This is, again, light that's occurring on a supposedly sunny day. This is not going to be the product of sunlight. Sunlight's not even going to appear in this way. This is what the entity fills the apartment with when the fake sun is shining, okay? This is the understanding the pattern of conduct. This is, again, a demon that's monitoring where they live, and the engineer light through the peephole is magnified on the wall. I've shown you that already. And so you're moving around in your kitchen, you're monitoring. And this is a demon. This is a gang stalking mother, the oxymoron. Okay, this is Satan that wants to appear as an angel of light. This is the demon possessed who are in your family, who are working for law enforcement, who are in the position of government, engaging and practicing witchcraft, engaging in the satanic system of targeting, sacrificing people onto Satan. Everything that is reviewed on the internet. So the entity is engaging in a pattern of conduct, and I want you to see the engineer light. This is what you're looking at on 3:21 in the afternoon. The entity is engaging in the creation of engineer light, regardless of whether it's a sunny day. This is, again, a cloudy day. You see the fake sun, though it's hovering right there over the edge of the building. Perfect alignment with me. Even when the fake sun is hidden, you're understanding what is under all circumstances remaining, what's not sunlight, when the fake sun is shining and when it's a quote unquote cloudy day. None of this is the natural environment. This is what is surrounding while demons are stalking with noise. That's demonic. And it's psychological torture. It is terrorism as an entity, and the entity will be civilly and criminally prosecuted while the state practices a program of psychologically torturing that is seeking to mentally break down someone, emotionally causing distress. Suicidal ideation is what's supposed to be the process that they're, while demons that are the government are literally stalking you everywhere that you're going, and the demonic environment is following you everywhere that you're going, and those that want to appear as private citizens, but they're not. This is the malice of the entity. That is the state of California. The U.S. is engaging in the satanic system and doing so. And so I want you to see what appears on what is supposed to be the cloudy day. And again, the things that you see, what I document on my phone, the images that you see, I'm documenting. So again, with regard to what I expose about the entity's sexual pattern of conduct, the sexual motivations behind their predatory, behind their perverted conduct. Again, this is showing on the entity. So what you see in the documentation, this is evidence. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. And I expose everything. Everything that I have on my phone is because it's what I'm documenting. This is my life. I don't talk to people on the phone. I'm not chatting with anyone. You're not looking at my private text messages that I'm talking to my boyfriend. That's not what's going on. Everything that's on my phone is evidence. Everything that's going on in my life, I treat it as such because literally my life is the example in order to expose what the government is doing to American citizens who have already been subject to it. They're already dead and they're sitting around right now remaining subject to it. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you understand that very clearly. This is again, under the guise of having the fake sun out, and you're looking at the same exact environment in the dark where the engineered light is sitting on the wall. This is where, again, the demon is going to a mental asylum. The demons that are using commercial planes that are gang stalking. And I want you to be clear. I just want to make sure that we're very clear. This is the demon that is currently inside of apartment number 55, license plate 5WUV715 /5WUB715, whichever one, because I recall documenting it was either a V or a B, and so I'm putting both. Again, this is very easy to identify. This demon is going to a mental asylum. This is literally the psychotic behavior of a demon-possessed person, very disturbed, is stalking another person, focused on someone else while they're in their home, and is following me around while that demon-possessed person knows where it is that I'm physically going. Does not ever go to sleep, does not go to their bedroom, remains in the living room above me, while monitoring when I'm sleeping, monitoring my movement, a sex offender that's obsessed and is monitoring my genitalia. Okay, and understand that this is what the whole population of demons are. This is what the police department acting through the demons who are monitoring at the apartment complex, coming onto the property, working at the property, around the property, the whole neighborhood, the 7-Eleven across the street, all the commercial actors, the demons that are calling themselves Amazon, they're gang stalking. The demons that are calling themselves Spectrum, fixing the demon-possessed entities, cable and internet, they're gang stalking. This is speaking to the perpetual sex offense. This is speaking to the prosecution, federal imprisonment, confinement, and mental asylums for the demons that are stalking in helicopters and commercial planes, because that's exactly what the Ontario International Airport is engaging in. And as I document this demon in apartment number 55, the demons who are going to be identified by airlines. Every single Alaska Airline, Delta, Frontier, Hawaiian, JetBlue, FedEx, Amazon Prime, American Airlines. Everyone has heavily seen the heavily documented stalking of Southwest Airlines, who does not mind being an example for what every airline is doing in the state of California, which is gang stalking, psychological torture. These are demons that have pilot licenses and they're going to federal prison and mental asylums. The entity is literally going to produce the evidence to the federal government regarding the fools that provide me an ongoing series of evidence regarding who's going to asylums, who's going to prison, because that's where they're going. And the Ontario International Airport is going to be shut down. So I want you to see the environment inside of this department where the demons, just like I documented yesterday, this is what I continuously document. This is what the police department do using helicopters. This is what the police and the fire departments and the demons driving ambulances do using sirens. This is what the airports, those demons that have pilot licensure, which is going to be addressed under federal policy now that the state criminally monitoring American citizens is not merely disregarded as some conspiracy theory. It is fact, proven, established, and it's going to be prosecuted. Since this is the case, the landscape has changed. And you are subject to what is federal prison and confinement and mental asylums based on your necessarily disturbed, highly deranged, your appetite for harming, torturing, targeting innocent people for no reason. And you're using you are resorting to the use of commercial planes. That's a lot of money. That includes a lot of people. You are not ignorant when you're stalking in such methods. This is speaking to public corruption, though. There are the implications behind the far-reaching methods that the demon-possessed, the government, employs in order to target an American citizen. The airport in Ontario is getting shut down, absolutely. But the demons, and none of them are hidden. You're talking about the people that work. This is all going to be made very, very plain. Who is gang stalking in the commercial airline planes. And they're doing it second by second, minute by minute, with knowledge about what's going on with my genitalia, with knowledge about what I'm documenting about the people of the state, with knowledge about what I'm doing on my phone, with knowledge about where I'm physically moving in the apartment, anywhere, everywhere. It's a means of surveillance. And they're the demons that know exactly when your hand is in your pocket and you can't see somebody's hand that's in their pocket because none of us can see through jeans. I can't see through your jeans. I can't see your genitalia. I can't see your body parts when you're covered up in clothing. But demons know what you're doing. They know when you're moving your fingers around. The people who are demon possessed, they have that uncanny ability. You're not dealing with people, you're dealing with spirits. That's how you're engaging in the conduct of stalking with activity. My evidence has already established the fact that these indeed are the demon possessed who have the ability to stalk with simultaneity. I haven't been able to capture this level of evidence because I know what they're doing. It's my ability that it is impossible, in other words, that I would be able to maintain a body of evidence for this period of time if I were merely making all of it up. I can't control when they're stalking me with helicopters. And it's not a coincidence that they do so while I happen to be in my apartment documenting something as unheard of as gang stalking by the government and the people. The entity engages in a pattern of arriving in a helicopter because their bully system is supposed to operate such that when they arrive in a helicopter, oh, you're supposed to drop everything and be terrified and stop documenting. And you're going to federal prison and mental asylums for that intent to engage in psychologically harming someone in order to obstruct justice while you're engaged in federal stalking under Title 18. Now, the entity that's engaged in this criminal conduct is failing at protecting this demon in apartment number 55. This is a demon-possessed person who knows who I am, knows everything that I'm documenting, and continuously acts willfully and of her own volition, and is hostile because she is being exposed. If she didn't know that she's demon possessed, she's mad about the fact that she's learning about the fact that she's demon possessed, and she continues to act of her own volition. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's accountable under law, and she is going to be confined in a mental asylum. Period. The entity is exhibiting mental illness through that psychopathic pattern of conduct. All right, doing so on behalf of the state, who is continuously participating, joining in on the fun of psychological torture and gang stalking the more that I document. And that's what I'm capturing in screenshot after screenshot. And I want you to see the environment. The entity is indeed using this cooler. It comes on with simultaneity. This is a means. Again, the electric company, the gas company, if you did not know, they're engaging with controlling the appliances in your apartment, creating activity around you. This is in the dark. This is engineered light that you see on a sunny day, the same exact engineered environment. So you can see that. This is the same. This is appearing in the dark, and it is, again, a cloudy day. That's not sunlight. It's the P.O.C. It's the same pattern with regard to the maintenance of engineered light that's occurring on a so-called sunny day where the fake sun goes nowhere else in the world. It stays in over me at Woodside Senior Apartments from the beginning to the end of the day. I'm showing you right now as I am. Hold on. See an angle where you can see it. This is light that's illuminated. I'm looking at the floor right here. And I've already shown you this during the day. This is the patio area. All right. All of the entity is indeed monitoring. And I want to be clear. Demons do not sleep. It's Christmas Eve. They're not pausing to celebrate their families and celebrate baby Jesus. They're serving Satan, and they're still gang stalking. And that's what the city of Ontario is doing. Okay. They're doing so. You know that because of the specific environment that remains. That's light that's appearing while the blinds are closed. Okay. The appearance of that engineered light appearing, let me put my finger in it so you can see. This is engineered light that's appearing on the floor in the depths of the apartment. So let me open the blind so you can see now. This is light that's appearing on the in the depths of the apartment. Again, this is shade. None of this is going to be light, and you're looking at the appearance where it's appearing in the apartment. This is also light back here that's appearing on the wall behind, and that's a demon crossing path. All right, that's a Latino male. The property of AVANATH Capital Management is a crime scene where the population and the government itself is engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. AVANATH Capital Management remains civilly and criminally liable for federal group stalking and monitoring and ceaseless psychological torture. This is harm that an American citizen suffers, which is that which is not quantifiable, that which is supposed to result in the murder and or kidnapping of an American citizen. This is where engineer light is appearing on the back. I want you to again see. This is appearing behind furniture. She's got a dresser here. This is a mirror here, and right behind here, this is light just appearing on the back wall back here. It's behind furniture. And I'll close the blinds. You can see it has nothing to do with the blinds being open. The blinds being open has nothing to do with the manifestation of light out of nowhere. Okay, this is light that's appearing in the dark, just like in the living room, light that's appearing in the dark, while a demon engaging in psychological torture in concert with all the demons, units 33 through 64 are all going to federal prison. They're all practicing psychological torture together. These elderly demon-possessed minions go to sleep. And the more that I document, the more hostile the demon-possessed become. Everybody starts slamming doors and banging and hitting objects. The demons that are gang stalking in helicopter with the demon that is, let me turn my camera back on, with the demon that's in 55. because this is the only apartment that's above. If I was on the second floor, for example, and there was someone underneath, the entity, like I document in the hotels, how is there somebody, the high ceilings in the hotels, while I'm above you? What is it that you're doing when you're in your hotel room that's going to cause any sensational activity under my room? That's how they're monitoring, though. That's the audible activity. The reason why this demon is because she's the only one above and I'm on the ground level. The demons are walking by, they're gang stalking while Engineer Light fills the venue. They're all doing so on behalf of the city of Ontario. Paul Leon is being documented as a domestic terrorist. He is facilitating domestic terrorism while the city of Ontario is using an airport. All those airlines are engaged in federal stalking. They're engaged in criminal surveillance, practicing the system of psychological torture, acting in furtherance of the state's conspiracy to murder and kidnap an American citizen. And they will be civilly and criminally liable for it. And literally, the government identities of those that are stalking using commercial planes, they're going to mental asylums and prison. And it's not remaining anonymous. It's not going to be a mystery. They're literally going to hand over their identification to the federal government. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're doing so, and I want you to see again, there's no sun outside the entity. And no matter what time of day it appears right over me, because you already know that. The entity is stalking in plane right now. And I want to be clear, while I'm capturing video, the demons are maintaining relevant positioning. That's what that is, stalking in the path. A demon with their brake lights on, stalking in the path, blocking the driveway in front of what is the gate to exit the property. That's a method of stalking in the path, a demon with their foot on the brakes. The entity is, what you hear now, the entity is rising the volume of the planes inside of the apartment. Even when I'm wearing headphones, listening to content on video, the plane engines are so loud and rumbling that it's disrupting what I'm listening to on headphones. That is speaking to the demonic nature of the audible activity. The Ontario International Airport is going to be shut down. Paul Leon does not have a job as a mayor, neither does the city council, neither does Alan D. Wapner, the demon that's making money while the people of the state are gang stalking with the city of Ontario. That's surveillance. And you know that the property, AVANATH is liable for all this because AVANATH is also criminally profiting while federal group stalking monitoring is happening on your property. And AVANATH isn't ignorant. AVANATH corporate, just to be clear, AVANATH corporate is in Irvine, California, in Orange County. The whole entire state of California is engaged in this criminal system of federal group stalking monitoring. And as the documentation also establishes, Orange County, Costa Mesa Police Department, the Orange County Sheriff's Department, all of the entity, the demon possessed that are gang stalking using commercial planes in Orange County, the fake sun that's over the Costa Mesa Police Department, the city of Irvine, this AVANATH Capital Management is indeed a gang stalker. They are also a gang stalker by virtue of their real property being a means for the state to engage in criminal surveillance, both on the property, by the people of the state living here, by the people of the state coming on here, engaging in nothing other than and nothing supersedes the criminal pattern of conduct. You can come visit your grandma who's a gang stalking demon all you want. You and her are going to be prosecuted, documented, period. I don't care that you're coming to bring her cookies. You're gang stalking while you're doing it. That's the malice of the system. That's why you have light appearing in the dark. This is not sunlight. Let me turn this TV off again so don't be confused because I do have the TV on. It's not light that's coming from the television. All right, this is Engineer Light manifesting in the dark while the demons are hovering over a over a multifamily zone, hovering over the property, turning the volume now because I'm talking right now. When I'm in here and everything that I'm doing on my phone, all the apps that I'm using, just like I documented. So let's just look at those screenshots because that's how heavily the demons who are going to mental asylums and federal prison are gang stalking. And they're turning the volume down now while I'm tattling on them, while I'm snitching, while I'm blowing the whistle on them. And they're still stalking using planes, but it's not as loud as it is when I'm not capturing video. Everything that I'm doing, this is what I'm checked. This is the significance of it. I'm being mindful of everybody who's being documented, everyone who's going to suffer the federal penalties for what a demon in an apartment is doing on behalf of the entity, doing so in concert with the entity who is on video. You can hear it. They're stalking in planes while the entity is maintaining engineer light in this apartment. This is criminal monitoring and it's psychological torture. This is my reporting it. This is my breaking it down for you in order to understand that system and what's the purpose of psychological torture to the ordinary target individual, because they're going to be prosecuted for it. The government has never been prosecuted for its systematic breakdown of a human being that they want to murder and kidnap. They're being prosecuted for it now. Okay, so they're doing so against somebody that's breaking down their whole system and how it operates, what they're doing and what they know as they do it. They're doing it through commercial planes. And these demons here, oh, they're all accountable for it. every single last one, making a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, gang stalking, facilitating gang stalking with demons who who fly commercial planes. That is incriminating every single airline, all of them engaged in federal stalking in the city of Ontario, in the state of California, and they are criminal defendants. And so are they. So are they. They're engaged in federal stalking, and everything that I am doing, every screenshot that I take, the demons are stalking with noise, meaning with simultaneity to the operation of my phone. Boom. With simultaneity to the operation of my phone, a demon walking by, an impossible light occurring inside of this apartment. With simultaneity to everything that I'm doing as I am currently processing podcasts, this is what the demons are fearful of. It is still going on the internet. They have never stopped me from publishing and gathering my documentation. You're dealing with mental illness, not only on one ground regarding their pattern of conduct, psychopaths, demon-possessed, obsessed, who want to murder and kidnap someone for no legitimate purpose. Their reason for it, which you know, is that these are demons. That's why they want to kill someone. That's why they're obsessed with your genitalia. That's why they're watching you on the dark web, masturbating and having sex with each other. That's why they're doing that to innocent people, otherwise innocent. American citizens that the government has no right to keep under surveillance, while planes are a means of crossing path, audible activity, and doing so while the demons are living at the environment. All the elements remain present. While the sky space is a means of aerial surveillance. And they do so, and they do more of it. The more that I document, the more screenshots that I take, the more that the entity engages in teamwork. This is what I'm pointing out here. As I document the demon in 55, who's being very, very silent now. The demon likes slamming her body as though she's doing body slamming herself every time I take a screenshot. And her desire to do that. That's exactly why she's going to a mental asylum. That's exactly why. It is the most foolish thing you could ever do, is to show the federal prosecutor that you are literally out of your right mind. You're going to a mental asylum, since you want to show that to the federal prosecutor. That's very foolish. That's very, very foolish. But understand that this is Satan. They lack self-control. This is a spirit. And this spirit's being prosecuted because this third party continues to engage in what this demon, it's not a matter of intellect. It's not a matter of how unintelligent she is. It's about appreciating the fact that you know that it's wrong. You know that it's undesirable. You're monitoring the evidence. And the fact that you continuously do it in the specific environment in concert with the state and the rest of the people is not suggesting that you don't. It's exposing the fact, exhibiting the fact that you're an obsessed psychopath and you need restraints. You need a padded room. You need a straitjacket. I am not exaggerating, because that's exactly where they're going to find themselves. People that like to engage in gang stalking in helicopters, the same treatment. People that like to engage in gang stalking in commercial planes, the same treatment. All right. People that derive pleasure out of monitoring somebody, gang stalking them while in possible light, and your shadow moves across the patio glass door trying to haunt someone like this is a scary movie. That's the appetite to engage in psychological torture. Deriving pleasure with that sort of psychopathic personality defect. That's the type that will take a knife and stab a room full of children. That's a knife that will, the type of third party with that criminal mindset, that criminal appetite that the government acts in concert with, the government shares. That's just, understand that demon is just wearing a badge and has taken the oath that they are not under any circumstances respecting. All right. They spit on the Constitution. Okay, they have no regard whatsoever. This is how a government is engaging in terrorism, serving Satan in the U.S., the abuse of the executive branch. And they derive pleasure out of torturing other people who cannot defend themselves. And those that have that, that threat is the one that goes to the shopping mall with a gun. When Satan gives them the order, and they go shoot up everyone. That's exactly what is the gang stalker. That's the mindset. The gang stalking mother, who actually hates her own daughter, okay, engages in sexual activity with everyone that she knows, unbeknownst to that daughter, okay, defames her. That's witchcraft. While you defame your daughter to everyone that she knows, unbeknownst to her, and I have no idea that all these people actually hate me and they're all demons and they're all gang stalking. Everybody whose name I know is going to federal prison. They were acting with regard to the state's conspiracy to murder and kidnap me. It is the work of King Jesus himself that I'm alive to speak of it, to report it, and to help prosecute it. Because this is what people are subject to, and they don't live to tell about it. And often they don't even know what's happening. They don't know what they're subject to. It's supposed to be so stealth. It's supposed to be so elite that you never suspected. And if you were to try to speak on the fact that strangers are stalking you, no one's going to believe you. No one's going to believe you. No one is going to believe you. So this is documentation of psychological torture. All right, I want to make sure, because this is the significance of everything that I continuously document. The Ontario International Airport is gang stalking with the demon in 55, who acts with impunity. The people of the state are engaging, and this is exactly why you're removing the demons that are sitting in office. This is exactly why you're shutting down the police department, the airport. This is why you're removing the demons that are the corrupt fire department, the demons that are operating ambulances. People, American citizens, their lives are in the hands of demons who are seeking to maliciously murder and kidnap people. While they're targeting another, you are not a hero helping others. No, you're not. You're a threat. And this threat needs to be identified and neutralized. They are in positions where you are looking at what is the long existing, ongoing, thriving of what is corruption, evil, wicked, harming people. And trying and maliciously exposing it while the government controls the narrative, making it appear as though, and it doesn't. You can see very clearly now, but it's maintaining the outward appearance as though this is the operation of the government. The police engaged in an arrest and they're taking the criminal to jail. All right, the hospital, the court has found someone to be mentally disturbed. They've been committed, for the benefit, for the protection of the community. The community is full of gang stalking demons who criminally defame that person. We're targeting them with their mom and dad, all of them. This is the P.O.C. So I want to make sure that I'm capturing that, because that's the environment where I'm documenting ongoing, minute by minute, psychological torture. All right. Leading by the demon in apartment 55. This is the entire property, I want to be clear, is acting with this demon. Do not forget, all of these demons surround the entire property. Woodside Senior Apartments, AVANATH Capital Management continuously is engaged in psychological torture, while the people of the state are engaging in the elements of monitoring. You saw the people of the state stalking in the path with their foot on the brake at the exit gate. They're doing so while the demons of the Ontario International Airport are flying, hovering over a, by the way, senior citizen complex. And they were doing so, as I documented, all night long, from 12 a.m. up until 6 o'clock in the morning, maintaining ongoing amplified audible activity, doing so while, with regard to simultaneity to everything that you're physically doing, with regard to the moment that you start dreaming, anything that you start concentrating on, especially as I happen to be prosecuting the state, the demons that are monitoring, this is demonic activity, and it is being criminalized. The demonic nature, the satanic behaviors is no obstruction to, and it is not making it impervious to prosecution. The entity is clearly shown to be stalking in helicopters and stalking through means of the municipality and through the people of the state. It is public corruption, and the world needs to know that these are the demon possessed. Failing in executing a child of God, because that's what they saw. They tried to execute me. They tried to take me out. And so I'm telling you about everything that they do, the reasons how they do it, and what are the implications regarding the corruption. Paul Leon, Alan D. WAPNER, just to say the least, they are out of office. They are done. And every demon-possessed gang stalker, they like to crawl in airplanes. These airlines like to provide their instruments in order to engage in state surveillance, because that's exactly what you're doing. You can claim, you can admit, because that's what it is. We were en route to XYZ destination while you flew over Woodside Senior Apartments. You were gang stalking. And it's not a coincidence that they do so flying over the fake sun that remains all day, while the demons are gang stalking with the people of the state, while the demons are gang stalking with the Ontario Police Department. You are providing an admission. You will be providing your identities, and you are going to asylums and prison. I guarantee it. It's currently 4:12 p.m. The entity is engaging in this ongoing system of psychological torture, which is, again, a never before legislated, contemplated criminal activity that is I'm capturing, I'm documenting in order, because you cannot, even my describing it with words, that you cannot actually appreciate what the ordinary target individual is going through, because they're not able to first of all maintain clarity, maintain what is a healthy balance in order to organize and document and then prosecute and analyze their I'm literally speaking on behalf of others. This is literally supposed to be the breaking down of a human being. And it is absolutely out of hell. That's what is the Ontario International Airport and everyone working there and everyone in leadership over it. The same with the police department, the same with the fire department, the same with the population. This entire property, 144 units, they're all getting prosecuted. They will all be displaced. None of them will be receiving any state or federal benefits from the government that they're gang stalking with. Okay, doing so with impunity, communicating to the state. Excuse me, not to the state. They're communicating to the federal government that they deserve exactly what is coming for them, and they have no intent to ever cease to conspire and act in furtherance of murdering and kidnapping people, psychologically torturing them in order to break them down such that the circumstances provide for that ongoing objective, acting in furtherance of that ultimate objective. While a psychopath, an unemployed, demon-possessed, gang-stalking demon who cannot pay her rent, neither can any of these demons that are gang-stalking. They rely on assistance from the government. You will never, no domestic terrorist, no demon-possessed gang-stalker, no violent sex offender will ever receive any state or federal benefits. Neither will any property management company. AVANATH will be removed. You cannot participate in providing government assistance. You're a gang-stalker. You're corrupt. You permit this criminal conduct and you participate in it. You're not participating in it, nor can any criminal defendant. Everybody at Woodside Senior Apartments and these demons in units 33 through 64, they're all going to federal prison. Every single last one of them. They could go to their Nana's house for Christmas, residing at the facilitating venue. It is axiomatic where you are working or where you are residing at the facilitating venue. It is an intolerable level of facilitation to the government that is acting with regard to the malicious engagement in a criminal system of targeting where the ultimate objective is to maliciously murder and kidnap while ceaselessly engaging in what is an unabated program of psychological torture. You're going to federal prison. You're going to federal prison. There is no negotiation with terrorists. You're going to federal prison. The entity is engaging in this, and it is currently 4:15 p.m. While I'm documenting this video, I want you to see again, this is a very highly mentally disturbed elderly citizen who does not work. All right, she is prostituting the system, acting with the state, gang stalking, while not even able to pay her own rent while she's sitting at home all day, not sleeping. All right, not taking a break from gang stalking. And the demon possession, this is a psychopath. This is the effect of demon possession on human beings, where you are literally deranged in not only your behavioral pattern and targeting someone else, wanting to murder and kidnap that person. She's not getting any money. There will be no murder, sacrificing of me. She's not getting any money from my demise. She's not avoiding a mental asylum. She has literally sacrificed her ability to be around children by herself. Because that's exactly how she's going to be treated, like the violent sex offender that she is. And the world's going to know. Wherever it is that she tries to apply for housing, whatever it is, if she's going to need to get a job, she's going to need a job. Unless she's got somebody that will house her. But I want to be clear. You will never walk away from this federal prosecution without that criminal record. Okay, the Ontario International Airport continuously engages in criminal conduct with the people, flying over the sky space, which is, again, hovering over the facilitating venue where the airport, again, the entire airport is going to be shut down. But you're talking about the prosecution, the comprehensive prosecution of the municipality itself. The municipality itself, and they're all demons. They're all demons, and they are engaging in the demonic pattern of conduct, and they do so with impunity. All right, it is currently, again, 4:16 p.m., and this is P.O.C.